Kuzusampula. Thank you very much for participating. I'm Jamadama of Women in STEM Group, Bhutan. Women in STEM is a voluntary group of women working in various STEM fields with the objective to promote girls and women in STEM fields and empower women to contribute towards sustainable future through STEM education. The Women in STEM group is expanding our network to colleges in the country to reach out to young women who are pursuing STEM courses. And to spearhead this initiative and coordinate activities within the college, a college representative is appointed who will be speaking for today's forum. It is a great pleasure to host this spring forum, Gender Equity in STEM Courses in Colleges of Bhutan. As studying STEM is important for everyone, it is also important to provide equal opportunities for students to pursue the subjects of their choice. Promoting equity in colleges and high schools is important because it ensures that all students, regardless of their gender, are free to pursue education without fear of being discriminated against. Recognizing how important it is to not only educate young minds on STEM, but also provide equal opportunities for women in STEM fields, it is significant to have a platform that provides opportunities for the students to reflect, interact, and share the knowledge on the gender equity and equality in STEM disciplines in colleges. Our speakers will each be speaking for 5 minutes, and we will open the floor for questions. Without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Sirzina Gurung from College of Science and Technology. Ms. Sirzina Gurung is a current fresher pursuing Bachelor's of Architecture. She loves reading and volunteering. STEM has always been a discipline that she is interested in, and she looks forward to empower female students in her college through various activities. She will be speaking on Women in Engineering and Computing at CST. Please, Sirzina, go ahead.
Zampola, I'm Sarzina Gurung, the college representative for women in STEM from the College of Science and Technology. Today I'll be presenting about women in computing and engineering at CST. So I'll be basically talking about the population in terms of gender ratio in our college. From the data that I've collected, we have 654 males and just 298 females in the college campus currently as students. So this concludes that we have 70% of the population as males and only 30% of the students here are actually female. For the final years this year, we have 67 females, whereas we have 163 males. So if all of them graduate this year and register in the job market as job seekers, we'll only have 30% of females competing with 70% of the males for the job in the market. So basically the social impact that these gender ratio has in our campus currently is there's underrepresentation of females, of course, from the data that I've talked about, and also there are less number of females in leadership roles. So we have 36 counselors and club coordinators, and we just have 10 females who are actually in leadership position in the college. So this indirectly affects the female population in the college because the females, they don't have another female figure to look up to. Even if they have, they don't have much choices, and this can actually hamper the self-esteem, and then it also impacts a female's growth in terms of academics and other co-curricular activities. Although this is a very brief information, but I just wanted to recommend that in future, if there are any studies in Bhutan which actually researches and highlights why there are less number of female in engineering and STEM colleges, and at the same time if we can actually dig out the fact that why in high schools most of the females actually opt for biology and only few they actually take maths as their major. So these are the things that we can actually discuss and research about in the future.
Thank you so much, Sirzina. Next, we will have Ms. Pema Yongzum from Galpushin College of IT, located in Mongar. Her topic is Why Are Women Leaders in STEM Less in Bhutan? Pema believes that when we create space for women in STEM, we are not just opening door for us, We are opening doors for progress and possibility. She says that science knows no gender, and neither should we. She is a keen learner and a technology enthusiast who hopes to grow as a team and as an individual. And in her own words, she says, I quote, "We are a community of trailblazers, collaborators, and champions who must support and empower each other, shattering the glass flags, women in STEM leading the way." I end quote. Please, Miss Pema Youngzam, go ahead with your talk.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pema from GCIT, and today I'm going to present on why there are less women leaders in STEM fields in our country. So, the very first reason that contributes to this issue in our country is the stereotype mindset and the social belief that were fed to our mind from the very young age. Um, while we were growing up, that STEM fields are for guys, the technical and analytical skills, those works are for guys, and women should be taking biology. The women should become nurses and women should become doctors. And I think that that belief that is coming from our very own home, even our parents encouraging the girls to take medical fields. I think the very first reason, the root, is from that stereotype mindset that were fed into our mind when we were very young. And I feel like even when we're at ninth or 10th grade, it is very difficult for us to get rid of that belief that we're uh, we were made to believe that STEM fields are for guys. So I think the first reason that contributes to very less women in STEM fields is coming from the very small age. And the second reason that contributes to um, the current issue that we're discussing about is lack of role models. And now pertaining to the uh, previous reason that we were encouraged to not take STEM fields, right? So because of that reason, very less women opt for STEM fields, and because of that one, there are very less women leaders in STEM fields. And since there are very less women, the other women are exposed. There are less exposure for them to successful female and STEM professionals in Bhutan. And then this actually stops the girls to envision themselves to be as a successful leaders in STEM fields and overcome any self-doubt. So I think we should have a lot of role models, a lot of women working in STEM fields and technopreneurs and you know CEOs of a company. That would really, having a lot of role models in STEM fields would really help the girls to actually dream big in the STEM fields. And the fourth reason that is an issue is educational barriers. For example, what I've noticed is that if a girl doesn't make from 10th grade or 12th grade, they are encouraged to stay at home, especially at rural areas. They're encouraged to stay at home and not continue their education. I think this is one of the discouraging act of the uh, society and of course parents, that um, that girls are not really opting for really driving to get into the other side of the bridge to pursue their education. And the fifth reason, which I found prominent, that contributes to very less women leaders, is because of the family and cultural responsibilities. Women in Bhutan face additional pressures, fulfilling traditional gender roles such as taking care of households and raising the children. And these responsibilities make it difficult for women to balance work and family commitments, which deter them from pursuing and continuing their career in STEM. And the very last reason is lack of policies and programs. And when I come to this one, I'd actually like to thank and appreciate the coordinators and all the women that actually came together to, come up with this women in STEM in our country. Because what I've found is that uh, the other countries, Canada's and Australia, they actually have a different scholarship for women to take, their tertiary education, la- especially, for example, like, colleges offer scholarships specifically targeting the women. But I think we don't have that kind of policies and programs in our country. But of course, women in STEM are coming with that one. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, that's it, la. That's it. Thank you very much.
Next, we will have Ms. Tenzin Chodan from College of Natural Resources located in Punakha. She will talk on impact of gender stereotypes on STEM courses on secondary schools' career aspirations. She is a first-year student pursuing bachelor's degree in environment and climate studies. She is an active person who is always looking forward to socialize and participate in topics that are related to youth, as she strongly believes that the future of the nation lies in the hands of the youth, as our king always says. Bhutan is going through a transitional phase, and she believes that science will help strengthen our country both strategically and economically. For that, not only men but women should also take interest in the field of science. Tenzin, go ahead.
I'm Tinji Chodan and I'm the college representative of CNR. My topic is about the impact of gender stereotype on STEM courses on secondary schools' career aspiration. So, what is stereotype? As we all know, that stereotype is a widely accepted judgment or bias about a group or person, and there are three major stereotypes that I've noticed. The first one being the stereotypical traits that are given to women, that says that women are highly communal and less agentic, meaning that women are highly empathetic and kinder, but less analytical and competitive, which leads to the second stereotype, which is the job stereotype, and the third one being that men are better at math and science compared to women. So, due to the stereotypical traits that are given to women, it is it is a common belief that like jobs like teachers and nurses are better suited for girls, and jobs like pilots, doctors, and engineers are better suited for men. So even in high school, majority of the students in biology science are girls, and there are comparatively less number of girls in math. And according to World Bank in 2017, 47.3% of secondary students in college in Bhutan were female, and 65.2% of them were enrolled in biology. So even if we compare the ratio of girls and boys in each colleges, there are comparatively less number of girls in math colleges and more number of girls in humanitarian colleges like CNR and Sherupsi. So I asked around and asked the female students in my college if they could relate with my topic, and these were their answers. One of them said that her parents and relatives told her not to take organic agriculture as it was not suitable for a girl because the course required the students to work practically in the field and required more physical work. And one of them said that her senior told her not to take animal science as the course required the students to do surgery on animals, and for a girl it could be difficult. And the third one said that she was planning on taking both math and biology in 12th, but her class teacher discouraged her and told her only to focus on biology. And even she thought that the jobs related to biology would be better suiting for her in the future. So to conclude my presentation, I feel like the gender stereotype plays a major role in changing the mindset of the girls. Thank you.
Thank you, Tenzin. Well, with this speech, we are done with our talks. Thank you so much to our speakers. I'd like to now open the floor for questions. Please feel free to ask your questions, and you can also drop them on the chat box, and I'll help read it out to our speakers.
Thank you for your question, Miss Jambe. So yeah, there are a lot of ways we could come up with to encourage the girls to take stems, but I think that one of the you know practices that we can adopt to actually encourage the strongly encourage the girls to take STEM fields is that, as I mentioned before in my talk, if you're able to build policies and come up with programs that would target specifically to the girls to take STEM fields. For example, if we come up with scholarships just for girls, to take their tertiary education, I think that would it's tertiary education in STEM fields. I think that would encourage the girls to, you know, opt for STEM fields, which also indicates that, there is a strong support that, that would drive away their self doubt of whatnot things, the social beliefs and stereotypes that we have in our mind. And the other ways that we can encourage the girls, not just actually girls but overall students in our country, is if we are able to provide wi-fi free wi-fi. Some of the countries are doing that, and I think, having a wi-fi and having it instant, access to internet is one of the asset to all the students right now in this 21st century, where you can learn anything from anywhere if you have the access to internet. So I think if we are able to provide free internet access to the girls, that would really help them to, work on their passion and educate themselves in the STEM fields. I think these two initiative can make a lot of difference for the girls, especially for the high school students, to take their interest in STEM fields. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Pema, for your opinions on the topic. Next, I would like to ask Tenzin Chotan, what can teachers, school counselors, or other administrators do to foster long-term engagement in STEM studies and to steer more women into STEM careers?
Several strategies that teachers, school counselors, or other administrators can use to improve long term engagement in STEM studies and to steer more women into STEM careers. These include number one, developing a STEM pathway, like creating a consistent and well structured STEM pathway that is tailored to each student's individual interests and abilities, that will help them to like get engaged in their studies and also help them motivate to like pursue STEM related careers. And the second one will be providing hands-on learning opportunities, like providing like field trips and experiments and real world projects which will help them spark an interest in the STEM related topics and also like help them make the materials more relatable and engaging. The third one would be like offering support and encouragement, particularly to the young women who which can like help them bolster their confidence and also show them that they are capable of pursuing STEM related careers. The fourth one would be establishing the mentorship programs and like with like establishing mentorship programs with established female professionals in STEM related fields. This will like provide students with valuable insight into the field and also like help them foster an interest in STEM related studies and careers. That the last one would be like promoting diversity and inclusivity, encouraging a diverse and inclusive environment in all aspects of teaching, from curricular to extracurricular activities, can help to create an atmosphere that is more welcoming and accommodating to female students. That's all. Thank you.
To ensure inclusive growth and sustainable development for all, girls and women must be provided with equal opportunities to participate in and benefit from STEM. Do you think equal opportunities are provided to all students in Bhutan? And not just that, is the equity ensured?
To answer the question, I think it's not about giving equal job opportunities regardless of the gender, but it's about making the working environment more conducive so that the females in the job market would actually want to apply for the same job as the males. Because usually it's not about giving equal opportunities so that every gender, all of them can apply, but usually while applying for jobs, a female would once again want to reconsider about her choices based on the working environment. So I think there should be a collective effort to make the working environment better so that it can actually be equally accessible, not just initially for the job vacancy but throughout.
Thank you so much. If you have any additional queries and clarifications to be made, don't hesitate to send us an email or ask us on our Facebook and Instagram pages. This is the end of our spring STEM forum on gender equity in STEM courses in colleges of Bhutan. And I'd like to express my gratitude to our speakers for your wonderful insights and also the participants for joining us today. Please do follow us for the summer STEM forum on June with more exciting STEM topics. Thank you so much, Karanchela.